For the people that are listening, can you feel free to give us the rundown of just the general overlook of what is Etoka and what are you guys looking to do with Etoka?
Yeah, sure. Good to hear you're a music lover, and I guess a lot of audiences over here are also very, into music. We
Yeah,
believe that music is pretty natural. When we are still like our ancestors, when they're primitives, they are already starting to create music, listen to music
exactly.
from the nature. So it's been so many years and people have developed, very strong tied and connections to music. And what we're trying to do is that to strengthen the connection with people, human beings, and the music with a set of innovative infrastructures. So essentially, our project Itoka is an infrastructure provider for decentralized music. And we
Hmm.
want to utilize this set of infrastructure to empower the freedom of creativity and monetization. And we frame this as Music 3.0. So I guess probably a lot of people have already heard about, the problem that's going on in the music industry. And I want to just, quickly give everyone a quick background about how music has been
Of course.
evolving over the, past hundreds of years. So what we call like the reason why we call this is the music 3.0 is not only about its the music is combined with Web 3 or whatever, but it has been developing since music 1.0 and music 2.0. So as for the music 1.0, I guess a lot of people are very familiar with that, about Mozart, about Beethoven,
Yep.
like Bach, those kind
A
of,
lot of
very
classical.
famous classical musicians. How they do their music is by what we call, patronage, right? Or sponsorship. So Bach is working for churches. Mozart is doing the same or similar things, except that there's some kind of national sponsorship for him. Beethoven is doing a lot of things like a similar. They publish their sheet music to opera houses, to be concert halls, so that people play their music, and then they give the money to them, or just buy the sheet music that they created. And a lot of their music they created are very, very strongly, tied to religious purposes or ceremonial purposes, and that's why they pay them 1 to 1 to ask them to make music. So that's what we
Yeah.
call like music 1.0. And as for the music 2.0, it's more familiar to all of us here. When we enter about like 19th century, 20th centuries, where people started to make records. We use, like the old-fashioned vinyl records, or use Cascade and going to radio. And now we have streaming platforms. So all of them have been framed in what we call Music 2.0, and it is based on the system of record labels. So they are companies who runs the music businesses and help musicians to distribute their music either through radio or through streaming platforms or things like that. And the musicians yield the rights or yield their profits to those major labels so that they can better reach out to you guys, right? Reach out to the
Hmm.
audiences, and that's why we call it 2.0. And but there has been so many problems that's going on right now in the music industry, and the major thing is that this music industry it's so old. It has been there for decades, and it has
It was
been
time
developed.
itself.
Yeah, it's so old school and it's so monolithic, what we call it. So
Yeah.
it has been developing like an unfair revenue model for the musicians. So just let me give you some stats. So current music industry favors the top performing artists like Maroon 5, Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, those artists, with 90% of the revenue going to the top 1% of musicians. And this is so unfair for a lot of small musicians.
Yeah.
small musicians, they cannot get to the audience as easy as they used to be when they're on their own. And these big major labels who stream the music on their platforms has taken away the majority of their revenue, making them unsustainable to get money and support their life. So this is the major problem that's going on right in the music industry. And after the Web3 goes live, people have seen the power of decentralization, and naturally, a lot of music projects appeared trying to use the power of decentralization to disrupt the music industry. However, they have inadequate infrastructure, which has significantly reduced their power of disruptiveness against the music industry. And that's where Itoka kicks in. We want to provide the sufficient infrastructure for those music projects and the future applications project to fulfill their goal of disrupting this industry and bring the benefit back not only to the artists but also to the audiences. So that's why we're doing this. And
Wow,
that's
that's
all.
very
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah, thank you. And that's just one of the ideas that we are one of the reasons that why we're doing this. The second reason is that make music making is just getting so popular right now. When you log on to TikTok, SoundCloud,
Incredible, yeah.
or other social medias, you can see a lot of people, especially the younger generations, are making content to self express themselves, and a lot of them are related to music. If you go on to TikTok and you search for one hashtag called Open Verse Challenge, and it has 1 billion views. What it
Oh, that's
essentially
a
does is
huge
that,
one. Yeah.
yeah, 1 billion views. What it essentially does is that, um, you collaborate with other people on the TikTok to sing together, make music
Yeah.
together, and recreate together based on one music. And self-expression through music, building music sensations on social media is just on the rise, especially in the younger generations. And we also seeing an increasing amount of individuals kickstarting their music career to achieve fame. So here is one of the numbers that we got from a report from SoundCloud. So SoundCloud is a publishing platform for small artists or indie artists who just started their career. In 2021, there were 5 million new musicians who published their first song ever on SoundCloud. 5 million in 2021. And I
That
don't
is a lot.
know how many people are there in 2022. It's just so much. A lot of people are trying to start a music career.
Yeah.
And with a lot of tools being simpler, many people are thinking about becoming a music creator and
Marketing
getting
has
into the
got so
industry.
easy, right? So
Yeah,
it's,
it's getting more and
yeah,
more easier for people to do that. Still learning
we're
to
more connected
produce
every year.
music. Yeah, still music making is taking a lot of time, taking a lot of money, and a lot of people cannot afford to get into the music industry. Thus, there is a demand of building more accessible tools as well as environment for those people who have music dreams, who have ever thought about becoming a musician. I believe a lot
Yeah.
of people have the same experience as I do, as our team do, and I've interviewed a lot of people. They all have the same. One is, have you ever sing in the shower? Or have you
Of
ever thought
course.
about you
Yeah.
can become a rock star when you were young, right?
Of course,
Of
everyone's
course,
singing in the
Yeah.
shower.
once in the shower, right? And you probably have ever dreamed about becoming the next Elvis or the next whatever rock star you want to be, or you just want to create the song when you're proposing to your future wife, or you just want to
Exactly.
write something as a memory. You want to make a gift, special gift. That is a music. That's a song that you write it for yourself. And I just interviewed so many people, and then they all told me that, okay, I really want to do it, but I don't know how. And that is the second reason why we want to start this project, Etoka, to help people make their music. So getting back to it, in a nutshell, what Itoka is doing is that we are building infrastructures to empower music 3.0, where everyone will be given a fair chance to try making music, try getting into the music industry, and get your music published to the blockchain and make everyone around the world being able to listen to your music. And that's what we're doing right now. And that is what
Wonderful.
Itoka is about.
I really that was one of the best answers, honestly, I've gotten for a project explanation. I think so far during all of the AMAs that I've done. So that was very impressive. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You can really feel the passion that you feel towards this, especially the music history lesson was very nice because a lot of people will not think about these current factors, right? Like people often in news, social media will talk a lot about, labels, musicians, music rights, etc. And, all these things, like how they make money came into play from all the way back to Beethoven and Chopin and whatever, right? Like these people existed and this was where, it essentially kind of came in more into light, right? Thousands of years of music has
Yeah.
always existed. So it's very interesting to see how far we've come. And now you mentioned that to empower music, we've gotten the explanation of what Music 3.0 is. To empower Music 3.0, you mentioned building particular infrastructures. Would you mind covering some of those particular infrastructures? Like, how are you going to what's the base level of how you're going to empower users in Music 3?
Yeah. Thank you. That's a wonderful question. So, uh, previously, we've spent a little bit of time talking about the history of music, and we talk about how it is impactful or hurting people who is becoming a musician in the industry. It's not only about hurting musicians; it's also about hurting the audiences as well. So, if you guys are a music fan, I want to ask you a question before I jump into how we can, disrupt, how we can empower the Music 3.0.
Yeah,
The question is, have you ever noticed that over the past few years, you're repetitively listening to the music that's come from same artists or just a few of artists? Or have you ever thought about, you just listen to one single song ever and ever again?
yeah,
And that is actually a problem that's been introduced by the current music industry. They keep on telling you what you should listen, try to educate you about what music should be. You don't have a lot of chance to discover the content that you really like, even
I
though they
agree.
make you
It's very
feel
much Yeah, it's very much pushed on what they want you to hear, right? So unless you're someone who's willing to spend the time, it's very hard to find those different genres or maybe something that you might like but not even know just based on what's been pushed at you. So,
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, getting back to the question again, what kind of infrastructure that we're trying to do? So, it is actually from two parts, not only about the artists, but also about the audiences. From the artist side, we will be, we are actually building, and we have already accomplished part of it. First is we are building an open storage and streaming network, which is extremely cheap, fast, and globally accessible. So cheap and fast, these are pretty easy to understand. And
of
open is
course.
very important for people, everyone, you can upload your music to the data storage network with a totally affordable price. And you can listen to the music, streaming music at a very fast speed. However, the globally accessibility is something that people not often thought about. If you listen to Spotify or listen to music on SoundCloud, you won't notice that there is a country limitation. of what kind of music that you can listen to. So, for example, SoundCloud only supports music listening officially. They claim only
Yeah.
supports music listening in 7 countries. You can listen to more music elsewhere, but you don't receive any royalties. Like you don't receive any money for those music being streamed on the other countries around the world. And as for Spotify, it's 98 countries. And for some of the Asian music apps, they just limited in countries like China, Japan, or Korea. So it's very, very regional. The problem behind this is that if you want to get your music listened by people around the world, you have to deal with at least 100 different kind of paperwork.
Yeah, it's
That
a
is so
lot.
excruciating for people. So we want to
Yeah.
build this network for people to upload your music, get it streamed out on different kind of applications that is globally accessible. Wherever you are, you will be able to listen to the music that you like. And we call this the publishing self-sovereignty. What it essentially means is that you control your music content. You control who can listen to your music. And everyone around the world who are authorized to listen to your music can listen to it. And they have the rights to listen to it. So that is the first thing that we are building that will benefit the content creator and artists specifically. And the second thing is we're building an end-to-end smart contract operated distribution, licensing, and royalty protocol to get rid of the middleman. So this is very technical and geeky related to the music industry. But
Yeah.
essentially, yeah, what it means is like you create a content, you want other people to pay you whenever they listen to your music or whenever they use your music. And that is how it works, right? You create something good and people appreciate your creation and pay you the price for your creation so
Sort of
that you
like
will be
listen
able
to
to,
earn. Oh,
yeah,
wait, sorry.
listen to
Would it
earn.
be? Yeah, yeah. More people listen, the more you earn. I guess listen to earn in a sense of like not you listening, but the user listening.
Yeah, the user listening. So this is what is already existing in the Web2 world, where you pay a subscription fee to Spotify, to YouTube Music, or other applications, and part of the payment will go to the artists. However, the payment is so low. It's only about $3 per 1,000 times of streaming. $3 per 1,000 times.
Wow.
So that is so small. And the reason behind that is the platform and the major labels, the music record labels, they take away a large portion of what you should have earned. So we want to use smart contract to build a system to help you directly manage and distribute your music out and receive royalty right away. What we're trying to achieve is that we want to get rid of all of the middlemen. What you pay as an audience will at 100% go to the content creator. Say that if you found a musician you like and you really, really appreciate the music, you pay them $1 and the $1 will go to the musician 100%. So that is what we're trying to achieve. The second thing that will benefit the artists. And the last one is that we will be utilizing the power of community governance combined with content indexing to give everyone a fair chance to find, discover the content that they like. So this content indexing or content discovery system, we want to utilize, we want that to be managed by DAO governance. All of the community members, you will be able to decide what kind of music should have been discovered or what kind of music should have been discovered by a certain amount of people, a certain group. And the other people, you will be able to utilize the system that the community designed, combined with some other algorithmic infrastructural discovery system, so that you will be easier to find. It will be easier for you to find the music that you love, and it will give all of the content creators the fair chance to get their music discovered by the target audiences. So just imagine that you like some kind of contemporary music, which is not popular among the people, but you will be easier finding the music that you love in a special indexing sector called contemporary music, and that sector is designed for you and as well as the contemporary music creators for you to get connected with yourself. And at the same time, other people who ever wants to get into this space will have frictionless access to get to the music content. So this side will be fully or greatly operated by the community. And we believe that the community works the best. We believe the power of decentralization and the community governance. So those are the things that we are building or have already built to empower the music 3.0.
That's wonderful. Oh wait, just make sure I'm not muted. Apologies. No, okay, I'm good. Um, so essentially, it works in sort of like an all-encompassing, decentralized platform for listening, streaming, finding, creating, whole nine yards, payment, everything, super frictionless. In the sense of for like more of like free sort of like when a user wants to like do an offhand genre, right? And like obviously you're not going to get super promoted on Spotify if you make like country synth or something like that, right? But you'll
Yeah,
have more of yeah, you'll have more of an opportunity on your platform to be found by particular users because of that fairness. So I think that's really great because as you get more into listening to music, you kind of like when I was growing up, for example, always found myself listening to like one genre for a while, and that kind of just you often kind of just shoehorn yourself into this one area because of what's popular. Then as you listen more and more and you try out different things, etc., you're finding these offhand random genres and like one-off songs that you just love so much, and it doesn't matter what genre of music is anymore, right? But at the
yeah,
same time, it's so hard to find uh, new stuff these days. Honestly, I always struggle to find new music. I always feel like it's hiding. You know what I mean? So I think this is a
yeah,
great
exactly.
system. Um, and so in that sense, my next question would be about some other things about Etoka. Um, I know I've looked a bit at Etoka. I've been on the platform a bit. We used it in our server. Can you let us know what the Etoka Muse engine is and how it works?
Yeah, sure, sure. I would like to actually that is one of our flagship product that we built on top of our infrastructure, and we are really proud about it. So Itoka Muse Engine is essentially music creator tools that's powered by artificial intelligence. And we want to achieve what we call zero knowledge music making for everyone
Interesting.
around the world. Yeah. So you probably heard a lot about zero knowledge in the crypto space. Our zero knowledge is a little bit different from theirs, but it's like a literal
Mhm.
meaning zero knowledge. You don't need to have any knowledge in music so that you will be able to create a song of your own. That is what we're trying to achieve. And the Muse engine essentially will be built up with some Lego-like interface where you just do some clicks, put something together, swap, listen, and see if you like it or not. If you like it, then boom, you can make that into a music or even music NFT, upload it to the blockchain. And if you don't like it, you can just do some simple editing to those.
Yeah.
No music theory is really needed for that. So I guess a lot of people you have, uh, tried some AI music, not AI
Yeah.
music, but AI art creation or chatbot like
Very, very
ChatGPT,
big
is
recently.
very,
Yeah.
very famous,
Very huge.
and DALI, Midjourney, that kind of thing. They are all very well designed to help people create art or create textual information, and that's what we're trying to do with music. So Muse Engine will be helping you to create the song that you love. And in the future, what we imagine is that when you create music, you write your lyrics can be written with the help of AI, and your vocal can be synthesized with the help of AI, and the background music, the music that goes with your vocal, will be also made with the help of the AI. So you don't need to put a lot of time and effort into learning
Very
about
cool.
how music theory is. You just need to learn, listen to it, decide whether this
So
is
it will even
fits you
tune
or
your
not.
voice as well to an extent.
Yes, yes, that is correct.
Interesting. And is there anywhere right now where people can look at the system, like how it works, or how far along are you on the creation of the Muse engine?
Yep, this is a very good question, and that ties back to our recent latest updates that's
Yep.
upcoming in the late February. So our Itoka Muse engine, along with our music platform that builds on top of our infrastructure, will be released on February 23rd, and that will be a beta version of the system. So on February 23rd, we will be releasing a beta version of our music platform as well as Muse Engine. So on that day, everyone, you will be able to try making a song right away with the help of our AI. Even though this is a beta version, a lot of functionalities are limited. We haven't embedded into a lot of like a vocal synthesis that such, but you
Yeah.
will already be able to make music right off the bat. And in the future, we will be adding more and more exciting feature towards this wonderful music engine to help you make music better.
That sounds amazing, honestly, and not even that far off, which is very cool. I can't wait to give this a try. I've always wanted
Yeah.
to stuff like what are the names of the programs, like Fruity Loops and stuff like that, and a few
Oh
others.
yeah, FL Studio,
They're,
right?
yeah, they're very hard. They're not super intuitive off the hop for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah.
So I think this is a very nice way to get introduced into the realm of making music, right? So this is very
Exactly,
cool.
exactly. That's what we're trying to achieve. Get you started. If you're very into the professional way, you can still learn, like a FL Studio or other production level professional apps. But if you
Mhm.
want to have a try on the music making, or you want to kickstart your career, this will be the best friend of you to get a kick off.
Amazing. And so that kind of so at the same time, all of these songs that users create will be on chain, confirmed.
Yes, so we are actually developing a streaming protocol and distributing data that can be directly integrated into our music creation pipeline. At
Oh,
this
cool.
moment, at this beta version, we'll be holding back for people to all the songs will be held back on the cloud solutions temporarily, but we will as soon as we integrate our streaming protocol and the data storage with our platform, you will be able to upload your music content to the blockchain. We won't cover this too much detail on this session, but we will be updating that in the near future. So everyone, stay tuned with us. Follow our updates, follow
Of
our
course.
Twitter account. Join our Discord, and we will be updating everything after we release the beta version.
Amazing. So my next question, in regards to the music NFTs that Itoka will be creating, as well as the at the same time, obviously the idea of competitors. How is Itoka's music NFTs separate from others? What does Itoka do different from what might be viewed as a competitor? And also, would you be able to let us know what the Groove Panda NFT is for the users here today?
Sure, thank you. These are very good questions. So for answering your first question, how is Itoka's music NFT different from others? So in a nutshell, Itoka music NFTs goes beyond than just being a collective. You've probably seen a lot of PFP, JPEG kind of styled NFTs around in OpenSea or other
Yeah.
marketplaces, and you have seen similar things that happens to music, like Sound XYZs. You can buy music special drops from artists and then collectibles. And you've probably seen some other music projects like Roll.io. They try to tackle the royalty with part of the decentralization. However, um, those ones don't provide a very modularized way of supporting music content and royalties. What I mean by that is that um, royalties and content access for music is extremely important. If you don't own the music, if you don't pay the money to listen to the music, you shouldn't be able to access the music content, right? However,
Yeah.
that's not the case naturally for NFTs. If you go on to the address, like IPFS address for, let's say, Bored Apes or Azuki's NFTs, you can directly get the content, right? You can get the high quality avatars right away, even though NFT has been used as sort of uh, uh, proof of ownership, and you can get a lot of special perks for owning those NFTs. But for music, it's different. For music, it's meant to be listened and meant to be receiving money for every time the music got played. So
Completely agree.
Itoka innovated the paradigm of music architecture on the decentralized web. So we separate music content and the music NFTs as a way of protecting the royalties, the content. Uh, we merely use the NFTs to be the way that you verify the content access for a user. You verify the payment. You get to distribute the royalties to the music, and we have a separate solutions for music storage and the content access. So that is fundamentally what makes us different from others. And you can build a lot of innovative applications on top of this infrastructure because music rights been protected, right? Music rights being protected, the content's being protected. You can build a decentralized streaming. You can build a metaverse concert, things like that. You can even just build a traditional music collectibles on the decentralized web. So our NFT is more modularized and is more flexible for you to build and more secure for you to build downstream applications and use it as not only the collectibles but also royalty improvement or a way of for you to monetize, literally for you to monetize from your content. So yeah.
No, it sounds very fleshed out, and leaves a lot of room for growth, which is important, right? Because having this infrastructure to be used for a lot of music creators is the future, right? And it's the
Yes.
goal.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's
So
very exciting.
yeah, sorry to
So,
I forgot your second question. As
Groove
for the
Panda,
the
yeah,
Groove Panda NFT, that will be extremely interesting, and I want to shout out to everyone about how good this NFT collection will be. So, um, as we mentioned, we will be publishing our music platform on February 23rd. And some of you have already noticed that on our Twitter and campaign, we have already mentioned that we will be distributing a new collection that's a top quality avatar that's been made by previously Atsuki and Riot Gaming concept artists. And the collection
very
is called
cool.
Groove Panda. Yeah, yeah, it's so cool, and you can take a look at the image sneak peeks already on our like Twitter channel. So essentially, we want to use this avatar NFT as sort of a creator soulbound token. We want to identify you as a music creator, as a music lover, and a music enthusiast. As long as you start creating your music with our applications, you distribute it, share it with friends, and invite people to join your rank and create a music as well. The avatar will highlight you as a musician, as a music creator, as the rising music star on the decentralized web. So it's a
That's
cute
awesome.
panda. Pandas do pandas do kung fu, pandas eat bamboos. But you now the beat maker and the only one who knows how to groove, and that's the logic behind this. We want to use this to help people, and one thing we also want to shout out about this NFT collection is that this is a special tribute, special appreciation for everyone who um, loves music, who follows us, and really into music making. So
Yeah.
the whole collection will be free. Everything
Oh
will be
wow,
free.
amazing.
Everything will be free. It will be free mint, top quality, avatar, all free to mint. And the NFT will be held on Polygon, and we have 10,000 of them. 1,000 of them will be reserved to some special events or special tribute to our early supporters.
Yeah.
And the rest of them, 9,000 of them, will be claimable on our platform. So essentially, what you need to do is you make music, you share it to your social media, let others know that you created a wonderful song with our application, and invite your friends to create the music as well onto our platform. Then you will be able to get a panda for yourself, or you can participate in special events like today. So I want to mention quickly that we have already started a campaign with Project Galxe on their
Yes.
platform, a special badge for this Itoka times Galaxy AMA session. If you are able to complete all the tasks or all the quests on it, you will be able to claim the badge, and we'll be randomly airdropping 10 of the Panda NFTs to the badge holders. So 10 NFTs will be randomly airdropped to the badge holders once we released everything on February 23rd.
Amazing. And guys, we're gonna link the campaign for that underneath this Twitter space. So make sure you guys check that out. Obviously, those that listened in to the Twitter Space participants, followers, Discord verified, and I believe there's a tweet quote credential as well. So make sure you are one of those 1,000, especially those that are listening right now. You guys have the edge. So make sure that you hop in and participate with that. I just took a look on the Twitter as well at some of the artwork. It's fun. I like it a lot. It's very cool. I love pandas,
Yeah.
so it works.
Yeah.
It works. I got three favorite animals: pandas, penguins, monkeys. So it's perfect.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I like Panda as well. Yeah, we really want to, use this, take this change. And I also want to thank you. Thanks for Galaxy's wonderful support. Without the infrastructure of Galaxy,
Of
we
course.
won't be able to do this kind of wonderful campaign with you guys. And also, previously we got a lucky chance to try our jukebox in the Discord server of group Galaxy. I guess some
Yeah.
of the audiences might have already enjoyed it during the previous Galaxy Radio or Galaxy AMA session in Discord, where
Yeah.
we have a background music player that streams music directly from the blockchain, and we believe that that will be a wonderful add up to the cultural building and cultural recognition among the Web3, not only Web3 but also Web2 communities as well. So this time we want to help introducing more synergies, not only about Web3 people, but mostly about creators, community, music communities that can join our Web3 communities together to create more diversities, more use cases, more interesting things that we haven't imagined before on the Web3. And we believe that this is the true time for us to realize the decentralization of um, content creation, decentralization of the music. Everyone, you deserve a chance to get listen to good music or create the music of your own, and do whatever you want related to the music. And this should be the same for anything else. If you are a game person, you should be able to receive that kind of rights in the future as well.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's wonderful what you guys are doing. I think it provides a lot of value to the whole ecosystem across the board. Crypto at the end of the day is just a lot of people coming together behind one idea, right? And seeing where we went from there, right? And I think at the same time, music brings us together. And I think it always has, always will. So I love what you guys are doing. I can't wait to play around with the music creator for sure. Um, we can host some more listening parties as well in the server. Um, Maybe even do a contest, like a music creation contest, could be very fun. The sky's the
Exactly,
limit, right?
exactly.
Yeah, it's super
Yeah,
fun. I love your passion for music. Thank you guys so much for coming on. We're gonna come to a close at this point. Do you have any final words for everybody listening?
yeah. So we believe that there will be so many wonderful things that we were going to do together. The listening contest or music making contest. Yeah, our AI would be so powerful, and you haven't got a chance to try it before. There's no similar things that you can
Exactly.
do in the music making space. So I want every one of you to try making your music the first time ever in your life. And believe me, AI is only being better and better over time, right? You've seen the evolution of AI across the past few years or maybe decades, and you will only be better and better. So this is just the beginning. This is just the dawning of music AI, where they can help music and help people on the Web3 world. Yeah, and we are looking forward to do a lot of things with for our friend from Galxe. We want to give the best of what we can to help supporting everyone here and the around the Galaxies community. And I want to give the final chance to Malcolm as well. Malcolm, do you want to share any final thoughts to the Galaxy and Galaxies, all the listeners over here?
Yes, thank you. I want to give the final shout out to the AI technology. I think it's wonderful. Our team believe the vision like AI is a wonderful fit with Web3 because it's like the Web3 provides the identity and credential like Galaxy. And this is very powerful to enable the creator innovation on the AI side. So if we can successfully put everything together and reinforce the monetization on the music production, and this is gonna be make a difference. And it will be unlike any other application on Web2. So
I couldn't
yeah,
agree more.
yeah, so we have been doing this since 2021, early 2021. We are researching the deep learning model for a while, and we also want to investigate how can we provide the most interesting and handy interface and tools for creators. So it take a while, but our team we believe it's very worthy and we want to deliver the value and help the creators, especially with no music background, enable the zero knowledge music production and on Web3.
Wonderful. And it's going to take some time, obviously, yeah. But I know that obviously the old saying, "Rome wasn't built in a day." So the people that are building right now during these hard times are definitely the ones that will come out on top. So very much looking forward to it, guys. Thank you again for coming on. It was a wonderful,
Yep.
very passionate AMA. Honestly, I can really, really feel the
Yep.
music passion from you guys, which is
Yeah,
so
thank
cool.
you. Yeah, thank you, Galaxy. Thank you, yeah, Willie Boy and everyone who's supporting us throughout this campaign. So yeah, don't forget final words. Don't forget to log on to Galaxy, complete the campaign. It's gonna be epic, and don't forget to follow our recent updates. And the release will be on February 23rd.
Amazing. Once again, guys, February 23rd, check out the campaign on Galaxy. Go to the Etoka space, go to the link below, head to their Twitter, give them a follow. Many more amazing things to come. February 23rd. Thank you again, guys, and have a great night.